recording start.
Previously,
Okay.
we had a few things happen in the last couple sessions that need to be recapped one more time because they all link together. It was revealed, for those who aren't as familiar with the mechanics of D&D, two of our players are playing what are called Reborn, which are essentially half undead, for lack of a better term. And each time, and when they are reborn, as the title indicates, each DM will do it differently, but for the purposes of our story, both of them had limited memories. Reynold, basically none, Zarvir, a few more. They eventually found out that Zarvir's previously dead child is in fact alive, and that Reynold was part of the party that murdered them years ago. Zarvir did not take that well, as one might expect. And last session, the players of Reynold and Zarvir, Underpaid and Shadow, couldn't be with us. So that actually worked out nicely as a cliffhanger because the NPC that they were meeting up with is, quite frankly, at this stage of the game, much more powerful than them. And essentially threatened Reynold and Zarvir with death if they didn't listen to her and go hide in their rooms and calm down while the other three went on a job. It seems simple enough. Find a guy who goes only by the name The Man. The Man found them. They went to the town of Salham, which is a couple days to the east, smaller town. Big enough to call a town, about 1,000 people, but on the small end. And the man came around, as it were, because I like my puns. And I was listening to the song right before a session last week, trying to use it as inspiration for an idea for a short notice session. In that, we found out that the drow woman that was ordering the two reborn around and guarding them until they cooled down enough, was familiar in world to most of the players. Karsten is a new player this season, so Karsten, except maybe as a viewer, wouldn't have known. But the other two, and certain now other four, all know who Lucinda Corlett is.
I have no clue who that person is.
We love her.
We do love her. She's also supposed to be very dead.
Oh.
As is
Surprise.
the woman that she brought to a meeting with the party and the man. Duchess Camilla Domino is also supposed to be dead.
I was wondering about that.
And it is apparently odd. Not that they've been brought back. There's ways to do that. But everyone in the know is referring to what's happened to them as borrowed time. Which, with a regular resurrection, provided you don't do something to get yourself killed again, isn't really a phrase people would use. Pretty much if you're resurrected magically in most D&D worlds, but certainly this one, barring some unexpected circumstance or premature follow-up death, borrowed time shouldn't really be a phrase the way it's being used here. So it's a little weird. We also found out that Campaign 1 character, and now, as with all Campaign 1 characters, my NPC, Zen, is in fact the patron of our celestial warlock, Luca. We also discovered, per Zen's request, as he knew exactly who the man really was, that in order to have any semblance of trust in the arrangement they were discussing, the man needed to let everyone see his true face, which he did. And he looked identical to Zen, but with a mask on. Zen agreed to speak to Bonamu on the lady's behalf about possibly Bonamu in this world is the name of the god in charge of life and death. Well, life and death in the sense of when people die. He's essentially the angel of death, but he's a full god, for lack of a better way to put it. Zen's more like the angel of death. His right hand. But he said he would talk, he couldn't make that decision being only the number 2 in command, but he would talk to Bonamu about possibly buying them some more time, possibly permanent until dying another, again, type time. Which again, you would think a normal resurrection would already have, so something seems off about that. And the session ended after the man revealed himself, and they seem to have all come to a rough agreement. His work was done, he left. The 3 that took part in the mission were paid for it. The other 2 were apparently going to be paid by Lucinda for it separately. I'll tell the players about that in a minute, once I'm done the in-game. And the session ended with Zen pulling Luca aside to have a patron and charge discussion, which is what we're going to pick up from. Before I do that, though, so I can get the admin DM to players part out of the way, Zen and... Not Zen. You're not playing Zen anymore. Zen's mine now. Shadow and Underpaid, you can add 450 gold to your character sheets.
Fantastic.
Did that last time? I don't even think I did that.
I don't know if you did or not. You were on the actual mission, so you should have already done it. If you didn't, feel free.
I am back.
I'll just do that.
So, before we pick up with... actually, we'll do Zen and Luca's chat first. So, Luca, you've been pulled off to the side by Zen. Once the man, otherwise told you to refer to him as Damien going forward, has disappeared. The undead guy on the horse is gone, so people start coming out of their house again. Because it's the middle of the day. You get pulled around the corner to have a discussion. And he looks to you and he says, as I said, I think you are on the path you need to be on. I do believe these people can help you.
My cats are fighting. I'll be right back.
I do believe these people can help you progress further in your journey. As you know, per our arrangement, I have more power that you can unlock, but due to me having the ability to share some of my power with you, but not quite to the level of some other people, you will have to strengthen yourself, basically, mentally and physically, in order to obtain it. I think I know what is happening to the 2 on borrowed time, and I don't believe it is just the 2 of them it's affecting. Matter of fact, I'm sure of it. And I would like you and your companions to look into it for me.
Oh, alright then.
We're not sure exactly what's causing it, but it appears to be some sort of curse.
Oh.
Oh, so we
is
can't.
Not specific to those 2 ladies, but some sort of curse or curse adjacent thing that is affecting everyone who's ever been magically resurrected.
Oh.
So we can't just burn
Yeah.
it away?
Why are you talking? You're not there.
Oh, shoot.
I literally said 3 times he pulled her around the corner.
Charlene is nosy.
Wait, what I Yes.
Probably just too nosy.
Well, apparently you missed a lot since you're asking after I talked for 15 minutes.
Uh-oh.
No,
Not really 15, but 10. Did you hear anything I've said this whole session?
I remember I said I had to use the bathroom quick, and it ended up taking me 15 minutes somehow.
Did you get lost?
Yes, sorry, I
got
just
that.
forgot where my bathroom was.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Cool. So you missed the entire intro. Awesome.
Fine.
We
Okay,
waited for you.
Whoops. Quick.
So, yeah, so Zen's talking to his charge, Luca, and says, yeah, I'd like you to look into this, what Bonamu and I are referring to as a death curse.
Alright.
And, right now I know your group isn't really strong enough for this to matter too much. Internally, but even externally, because it's of the effect it seems to be having. Luca, I particularly, even more than usual, don't suggest dying right now. Because there's seems to be two parts to this curse that we're trying to figure out. The first is anyone who's been brought back magic.
What's that you cut out?
Falling
Lowell?
apart. Well, I didn't cut out because I stopped talking.
It was like a noise.
I don't know what the hell that was. But I wasn't talking at that time. Yeah, not only are people who've been resurrected getting a special kind of sick, let's say, but new people can't be resurrected.
Oh.
Yeah, so don't die.
Oh, so we're dead.
Alright.
Yeah, just make sure everyone stays alive while you investigate this.
Alright. Do you have any leads for us to follow, or
At the moment, all I can really say is that I have a feeling it's going to take you on a rather long journey. I have a suspicion because and the person in charge be found on this continent.
alright?
Unless they choose to make themselves available here, but I don't know that I see that happening. But they are also a bit strange and hard to predict, so who knows? And he sort of writes down a description for you, which I'm doing out of game so that I can reveal the person later, essentially. When it's time for them to be revealed. You know, spoilers, but not really, because it's obvious. You're gonna run into who he's talking about eventually. One way or another. And he writes down sort of a description. He's like, I don't dare say it out loud. They might all run in. They might actually be more terrified of this person than of my brother, counterpart, alter ego. It's complicated. But he's like, if you see someone matching this description, and it's not it's not your intention to find them yet, run immediately.
Alright then.
It may be hard to do because I know you have a conscience, but honestly, you're not going to be able. The amount of time, especially if you've run into them anytime soon, the amount of time it will take this person cut your entire group down, it's not even worth trying to buy the average person time. They're going to get about 10 steps.
Okay then.
It is much more important that you and your group survive to eventually stop them for real.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are living up to my expectations and actually exceeding them so far, so continue on your path. I have to go usher some people to my home, my domain, if you will. So, yeah. I would suggest starting to do some preparations.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps take on some jobs that may give you a chance to stretch yourself, to strengthen yourself. I have a feeling this person's going to make themselves known either where they're from, based, or here fairly soon.
All right then. I will definitely do it then.
Excellent. And he ushers you back to the pair you're with. As we cut back to town.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Specifically,
$3.
we are cutting back to where is what I'm looking for? This one. No, that's not what I'm looking for at all. Where's what I'm looking for? This one. Is it this one? Where is what in the heck I'm looking for? This one. This is the one. Sorry, clicked on the wrong link. So heading back to Krinir, where you guys came from. Reynold and Zarvir. For the past several days, you have been politely instructed to either stay in your rooms or be cordial to each other. You weren't given a choice. You don't
There are
have
no
to.
choices in this house.
It is very apparent to you that the person who's been giving you these instructions, this drow woman, could, shall we say, dice you into mincemeat in seconds. However, Zarvir, there's a knock at your door on the 4th day.
Zarvir.
Oh, fudge, I gotta change that one. Totally remember.
Zarvir started playing another game. Okay.
No, I just forgot to change my freaking Discord thing. Anyways, yeah, love to go. Do I have a peephole in this door?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Darby is a little paranoid. He'll check it first.
it's who you would expect it to be after being babysat by this person for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just open the door.
Did they at least get fed?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like they couldn't leave the room. It was basically either leave your room one at a time to go run any errands in town, or learn how to fucking work together. Because you're going to have to at some point anyway, whether you like it or not.
Literally.
Speaking of which, she looks at you and goes, I hope you've calmed down, friend, because you're going to need to work.
As best as I can, I suppose. past is the past, or whatever they say.
Yeah, quite literally in your guys' case, since up until 2 or 3 days ago, neither of you even remembered having ever run into each other before, except as companions.
Yeah.
The wonders
Past
of
life, literally.
quite literally, yes. I also come with news now. I've had time to cool off. Your group will be returning. The rest of your group will be returning. From the mission I sent them on in 2 days. Things got a little weird.
When don't they nowadays?
How familiar are you with global lore, shall we say?
Um, I keep in touch. Nothing crazy. I know the basis of general lore.
So you know, for example, about the incursion on where you came from a few years back, and the heroes that were made to save it.
Oh, you mean that whole disaster with the God, I forget what they call themselves. Something really stupid.
The rule of twos.
Yeah, those guys.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. That was plenty big enough for me to hear about it.
Cool. Couple things you should know. Number one, your friend Luca's source of power is the angel of death from that group.
Oh, yeah, one of them died.
Also, you're going to at some point likely have to work alongside his counterpart.
Oh, you mean the god?
No,
Counter. What, does he have another underling?
no, his counterpart below.
What?
The evil version of him.
Oh, he is a. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, he's calmed down. Turns out when they're both immortal, it's not as much fun to try to kill each other anymore. But yeah, you might have to deal with him a little bit. He probably won't show himself as that unless he has to, but you should know that's who you're dealing with at some point. But the main thing to note is you're going to get sent on a very, very dangerous mission.
Fantastic.
That is not just about. It was brought to you all, companion, but it is unfortunately much less. Two of us seems to be.
Is Paul lagging out?
Yeah, about to say, Paul, you're a little choppy.
God damn it! 1 second.
Okay, Paul.
Best medicine is usually just grab the microphone and throw it against a wall. That usually solves the problems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
do.
do.
Definitely
I
solves
really
all the problems.
Yeah, throwing your microphone against the wall will solve everything.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. So you're gonna get sent on a quest that is quite literally life or death for a lot of people.
Well, I guess that's something to buy the time. Till. Anyways, yeah. More than happy to get out of this place, anyways.
That's good, because you're gonna be going quite a ways away.
Enjoy a little adventuring.
I hope so, because you're definitely gonna be doing what adventurers tend to be known for.
Are we
Not
leaving now, or should I pack my things?
Momentarily, yes. Well, actually, they're going to come here first, and then you're going to leave from here. So you have a couple days.
Oh, well.
But
Guess I'll be comfortable then.
Also, as part of this mission, I know I know the way our world tends to work. People who know anything about magic tend to get a touch complacent at times because of some of the available magics. They don't work right now, so don't die.
Well, I guess I won't plan to.
I mean, obviously, it's generally good not to, but like I said, people who, both adventurers and just people in the know of magic, sometimes take it for granted. I wouldn't suggest that right now.
I'll try and take dying out of my schedule.
That's good. Because as I'm sure you're well aware, it sucks enough when you have a way to potentially get brought back. There isn't one right now.
Oh. Death is definitely not fun. At least when the way I was brought back wasn't. It was excruciatingly painful. I don't plan to go through that again.
Good. Enjoy a day or two of proper rest and relaxation while you have it. And I'll go fill the other one in while we wait for them to return.
Thank you.
See you soon. Be well.
And then we'll go do whatever Zen's doing. Probably go write something down.
Zen's not doing anything except if I tell him to.
Zen. God damn it. Wrong character. Severe. Shit, I know who I'm playing.
Are you sure?
I'm debating it.
Reynold, you
sure about that.
Reynold, you get a knock on your door a few moments after that conversation takes place.
I have a feeling with the whole stay in your room thing. I feel like Reynold would probably have finished reading the book of martial attack techniques by now, or whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess a day would be enough time to read the entire book.
You've had about 3 to 4.
Yeah, that's enough. Definitely enough time to read a fighting instruction manual.
Yeah, it's a lot of pictures.
Oh,
I imagine you're reading it like upside down for 2 of the days and you finally finish it.
That would be funny, but probably not. Yeah, Reynold just says, "Come in."
And the woman enters. It's your babysitter for the last several days.
What you want?
To let you know that you're almost home free. It's almost time to let you out into the world again.
Oh, I guess that's something.
Your companions will be home soon. And they're going to be bringing you news of a mission that you've been asked to go on. So you know how you died and came back?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the how. I just know. I just have a general idea on what I must do, but I still bits and pieces. I'm not telling you my life story. Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, let's just say if you die again before this mission's complete, there is no coming back.
Reynold is silent for a second, and then he just suddenly just says, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, the objective of this mission is to break a curse that's preventing magic that would bring those back from working. And those who have been brought back magically are, well, she has a glove on one hand, on her left hand. She takes it off, and as she pulls it off, you know when you if you have really dry skin and you run your fingers on like your forearm, you can see the flakes of skin fall off.
That, but worse.
Yeah, that, but like gray and not drow skin color gray, like similar to a disintegrate, turning you to piles of gray ash.
I kind of just look at it and just kind of mutter, "Looks worse than mine."
Yeah, and I don't know exactly how I know about magic, but I'm not myself magically inclined. So I don't know exactly the hows and whys of your revival any more than you do. But I have a sneaking suspicion that there's at least a chance whatever brought you back will have the same problem.
That sounds about right, and that also means that I'm not letting this continue because if I'm going to die again, it is going to be after I kill that. All right, I'm fine. Mission, we're doing it. Stop anti-magic, right?
More or less, yes.
All right. I pick up the
So far, at
execution.
least, it does seem that magic that just keeps you from dying does still work. In other words, healing magic doesn't seem affected, at least not yet.
All right. So at least that doesn't make clerics and such immediately useless. So, well, not that they're useless outside of that, just in combative purposes.
Yes. So, uh, now that you're here more or less by choice of waiting for the rest of your companions to return, uh, take the last couple of days of this because they're going to come here to meet you before you guys depart on your mission. And now that everything's calmed down between you and Zarvir, the two of you should probably make sure that you can work together because it's going to take all of you to succeed in this.
The only thing I was mad about is that he just was keeping getting mad at me, but I can't entirely blame him. But yeah, I'll play nice.
Good. Try to enjoy the last couple of days of respite while you have it, because I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to rest once you are on the road where you're going. I will return for you when the others have arrived. Not that, again, not at this point, she's not forcing you to just stay in your room, but basically make yourself available in about 2 days, is what she's saying. And with that, she leaves you to your business. As we jump back to Salham, where, yeah, Luca, you have just have been sent back to the part of your group you're with to inform them of what you were told. You can either feel free to explain that in your own words, or we can just assume you fill them in. It's up to you.
Or just say I filled them in.
Yeah. Important
Yeah.
info, re-role playing it, unless you just want to for dramatic effect, is
Dun dun
not
dun.
that entirely
Dun,
not
dun,
necessary
dun.
for the purpose of this. So yeah, you guys get filled in on the situation. Death curse, no one can be revived. People who have been magically revived are essentially disintegrating slowly.
Oh, hey,
Whoops.
is there a time span within when these effects are taking place?
I don't know. Is there?
Hey, Reynold thinking upon the lady's words, he's gonna take off one of his gauntlets to see if his own hands are looking worse than usual.
Not so far. You get the sense that.
Pikachu!
Well, actually, you know what? Give me an Arcana check.
Oh,
Ooh. Let me make sure I'm on the right
knowledge.
character.
I don't think you
Loud,
are.
with my loud as fuck keyboard.
Perfect. The best
There's an 8
kind.
pass.
Well, it's not so much past. There was different levels of info I was going to give you.
Nice.
With an 8, basically, there's basic info I was going to give you anyway, and then the higher you rolled, the more additional info you could get. But with an 8, you gather as much as you can figure out it sort of in your head of what you think the difference is between your average resurrection, which I know is a bit... Resurrections aren't necessarily average, but they're not completely uncommon. You know, magic is prevalent in this world, both divine and otherwise. But given, for lack of a better way to put it, traditional resurrection and whatever was done to you that you think might have been a bit different, you do suspect she's probably right that eventually it will happen to you, but you feel like it's probably going to happen slower because something different was done to you. So you probably have a bit more time. And also, you figure, based on the little bit of research you've been able to find time to do about your own condition and things, it's probably also based on how long ago the person was brought back, and you suspect, based on when you remember waking up, it may also have to do with something to do. You're not sure, but logistically, you figure it probably has to do something with that, and that she's probably also been reborn or resurrected, whichever she is, longer than you have.
Yeah, Reynold
Could be
doesn't.
wrong, but based on bits and pieces you've picked up from other travelers and magicians and things that you know, and the bits you've studied on your own on what may have happened to you, that's the vibe you feel like you might be getting.
All right, that makes enough sense for Reynold.
Especially because you are kind of a little bit weirdly dead still, but alive still. It's kind of a gray area for you.
Reborns are funny.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely get the sense that she's probably right that it will start to affect you eventually, so you may want to keep an eye on it. With that in mind, once Luke has filled everyone in, by the time you guys catch up and everything, it's been a few hours. Basically, you should stay the night. Again, it's about to be dark soon. And when you all come to the next morning, the three of you that are in Salham, there is a chariot waiting for you. Well, a carriage, more so than a chariot. Chariot's more of a one-person ride. It is jet black with two... the streets are empty again when you wake up, too, by the way. And you look out the window and see this and figure you probably can guess who put this here and why the streets are empty. It is a jet black carriage big enough to hold 4 or 5 people. And attached to the front of it are 2 equally jet black maned horses, whose, like, the long bits of their mane, how most horses have that, like, kind of basically mohawk of longer mane on their head. That extra long mane on the top of their head and also their tail seems to be made of fire.
Huh.
And presumably knowing that you had upstairs rooms, there seems to be basically a big poster attached to the top of it, or painted on there or something, with a message that goes, "This will get you home faster to begin your mission."
Well then.
Well, I guess let's go.
Yep.
So as
Uh.
you guys gather your things and get into the cart, well, the carriage specifically, a cart's more of like the sort of draggable wagon essentially, but this
Hop
is like a
in.
proper seated, meant to be sat in carriage. You know very good and well, even the fastest, meant specifically for high speed runs, regular horse could not do what these flaming horses are doing. They don't seem to ever tire. And what took you guys on regular horses 2 or 3 days to do, you're home in about 4 hours.
Hey, that's faster than driving a car.
Well, maybe not 4, probably about 1 full day's travel. So like typically in game, well, mechanically, sort of most people consider an adventuring day 8 hours. It took you about 3 calendar days to get to there. It took you 1 adventuring day of 8 hours to get home. It's not even too late for you to go meet your companions. Let's put it that way.
We got up early and then left immediately. Got it, and now we're there.
You're basically getting home at about sunset in one day.
Makes sense.
As soon as you all step out and all your things are removed, the carriage vanishes.
Oh, I really liked it.
And you are outside of the Triad Inn where you've been staying in Krinir, the capital of the country. What would you three like to do?
Well then. Um.
I guess we could go talk to the other two about the mission.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta get
that's what I was
together.
expecting.
Alright, let's go visit Xavier and Reynold.
Excellent. So, as you all gather up together, you meet up. Since literally in game you've all been told the same information at this point, you all connect each other's dots. You know, hey, here's what we found out. Yeah, someone told us already. But the next morning, what really matters. Once you awaken the next day, for those of you who sleep in any way, which might actually only be the tabaxi.
Dang.
I think the only person who sleeps a full, living, breathing humanoid 8-hour sleep is the tabaxi. I think I'm pretty sure everyone else either is elven into. Or actually, what race are you, Luca?
Changeling. So
Oh, okay. So you're a normal sleeper then.
yeah.
And I'm assuming with the giant pointy ears that Steve is some kind of elf.
Yes. I think I'm a wood elf.
Okay.
It's Steve the elf.
So yeah, two of you actually sleep in the traditional sense. Luca meditates, or not Luca. Steve meditates, and the other two have to they're alive enough they have to rest their bodies physically, but they don't really sleep in any kind of way, not even meditative. They're just they just have to basically sit on the couch all night.
Staring into the darkness.
So as morning comes,
The void.
and the 5 of you gather, have a meal before you leave town and have to rely on rations. Is there anything any of you would like to do?
Crickets.
Oh my god, Mina.
I don't want to go on
Besides,
this topic. I want to say something, but I'm not going to go along this route.
You can't resist the delicious crickets. They're spicy.
We're not even... not doing it. I'm not doing
Besides
this
just
today.
doing the daily check on my skin just to make sure I'm not about to fall apart. Not much, except maybe just like prepare my gear and that for travel.
All right. So what
Aw.
does that mean to you? Just putting your bag together and your armor? Are you looking to get any extra equipment? What do you want to do?
Yeah, considering I'm still trying to accumulate funds to fully, what's the word? Restore my armor. Yeah. I don't have. I'm just basically packing.
Just out of curiosity, because I haven't looked at your sheet in a bit. Well, how much money does he have now?
I think he still only has like 25.
Well, I just told you to add 450, so
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
you have at least 450.
Making that 475.
I'm just curious because I know what the cost mechanically to buy new armor, but in your case, with your backstory, we're saying restore the quality of it. But I know what the cost is meant to be, so I'm just curious what he's at.
Reynolds loaded.
To be fair, Reynold doesn't have to waste money on food. Makes
Oh,
saving a
right.
tiny
He
bit
doesn't
easier.
even have to eat.
So are you gonna tell me how much gold you have, or?
Oh, yeah, I said 475 now.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
Yeah, sorry, I
Um,
mutter a lot.
So,
I heard it.
Woohoo.
I just didn't say anything.
I will, as a DM, point this out. Maybe, arguably, I shouldn't, since most of you have played before. But at least one of you hasn't, really, so I will.
Okay.
There is absolutely nothing saying you can't all chip in to make up the amount he needs and just take a bigger chunk of future treasure in exchange.
Of course, but would we?
How much does he need?
Only about 1,025 more.
Oh, that's
Now,
wow.
there is also the option that
Yeah, that's
You
not that
know.
bad.
one
You
of
can
the
pay us all back
one
later.
of the people with stupid high charisma for their main stat could, I don't know, try to barter the price down.
You're very correct.
Oh, I can try.
I could do that
Oh,
too.
Zarvir just wouldn't.
I mean,
Not
me
for
or
real.
Luca could. I mean, because we're both
I
warlocks.
think.
Well,
Yeah.
Help each other out.
here's the
Yeah.
other here's the other thing.
Zarvir's gonna increase the price probably on accident.
Here's the other thing. Zarvir might be might have some lingering upset about past lives and things, but Zarvir's not an idiot. In his current life, him and Reynold were both told, you're about to go out to a place where you could re-die and not be able to come back, and neither of you want to die again.
I feel like Xavier would definitely be willing to, but I feel like Luca would be more willing to. Xavier
Yeah,
would
Luca would be more willing to.
Yeah, Xavier would if no one else would. But if Luca's
He's-
going
yeah.
to, then he'll back off.
He's waiting.
But yeah, you could also try that and then see what you could get the price down to, and then figure out how much more you need from there.
I mean, do we all just want to go venture to the shop so we can all just...
I mean, I
dabble
assumed
there?
some of you were. I assumed you were all gonna want to look at doing something with the like 500 almost gold I gave you before you leave town for God knows how long.
I will
Well,
probably go to the
Yeah, I
shop,
imagine
buy
we'll all just go to the
rations.
shop then.
Uh,
Gotta spend that money somehow.
So yeah, buying any of the basic stuff like rations that you can just go into D&D Beyond and look up what they cost and just add that, and then just remove that much gold from your sheet and add the items. For the bigger project that you're working on, Luca, you and Reynold head into the Clang and Bang Armory that you've been to once before. And
Nice.
there is the best way I can describe it for people who may not have heard the description before, you know, if you're just catching up on episodes on my channel or haven't seen all of Mina's streams, if you follow it through Mina's.
How dare you? Just kidding.
He's basically what they're looking at is a giant-sized dwarf. So he's like built like a dwarf, but giant size, so he's still small by giant standards, but he's still about 14, 12, 13 feet tall.
Hmm.
It's a very unusual visual.
Hmm.
And as Gornik Skomar is his name, to remind everyone, sees you coming, he goes, "Hey, did you get the money together for your armor?"
For the most part, yes.
"How much you got?"
On me is 475 pieces, and on my comrade here, I look to Luca because you said you're coming with me, right?
Yeah. So wait, how much was it again for the armor, Folly?
Like 1200.
If you pay full price, it's 1,500.
Okay.
Haggling.
Get that persuasion skill going.
Oh
You got
god.
this again.
So, how would you like to try and barter? I could possibly be persuaded to make it a little bit cheaper than my normal price, depending what you got to offer in exchange.
Okay, I want to make sure real quick. Underpaid. How much do you have? You said 475?
I have 475. I technically still have like some old starter equipment that Reynold doesn't use anymore. Like I think he still has like his hand axes on him and a shield. If he's willing to, what's the word? Barter
Sell them.
or no, or like exchange or for
Exchange.
the. Oh,
You
I
might
gave-
you might want to hang on to those in case you lose your other weapon.
valid.
This is very true.
Now, together we have about 1,000 gold pieces. I was hoping you could make an exception for us and bring it down.
1,000, you say?
1,000.
Tell you what. I'll give you two options. Actually, roll me a persuasion check first.
25.
All right. I'll give you two options. I know a little bit about not the extent, but I know I overheard a little bit here and there and know you're going on something pretty extra rough. I'll do one of two things for you. I'll let you do the armor upgrade for 750, or if you can take the 1,000 you got now and find a way to bump that up to 1,200, I got something I can throw in extra.
I'll look towards Reynald,
Reynolds,
waiting for his eye.
when he's gonna inquire, by upgrade, do you mean like to its former glory or somewhere in the middle?
Oh no, I'm gonna get it fixed up.
Mm.
It'll be like new.
It would be like new, then that is exactly what I was looking for.
So I can do that for 750. Or if you guys can find a way to come up with a total of 1,200, which is still cheaper than the original just for your armor, I got something here that I have reason to think might be useful to you, as well as fixing your armor.
I'm gonna look to Luca and say, I'm good with option 1, but if maybe one of our other party members might want to be a little charitable, we could go for option 2.
Yeah. I think I just bought some rations. I'm willing just to help you out here for this.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about Steve came to the shop with us.
I'll
I
just
think
help
we're
you
all
here.
at
I
the
just got some
shop.
rations.
Oh,
Steve's also not
everyone
with. Steve also has no idea what you're negotiating because he's not there.
I'm
Oh,
not
I
sitting
think
there.
didn't we talk that we're all at the shop? Like, I don't think we're in the negotiation, but I think we're all
No, I'm
here.
not in
aren't
the
we?
negotiation, but I'm just getting.
I assumed you were shopping at one place while they were doing the negotiating.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I know you came with others. Take it to your group, see if they can collectively help you get to 1,200, or if they even want to. For now, since the extra amount is for the extra item, I'll take the 750. Give me your armor. Stay in town for the day so you're not unprotected, and I'll have it done by tomorrow.
Thank you.
And let me know when you come back for it if you want the other thing.
Nods and yeah, he would have clothing on underneath. So yeah,
Well,
he passes
yes.
up. Yeah, a little tattered, but covering. He passes the old armor off to the good smith.
Yeah, and Gornick will go to work on that for you. And once you guys are all done your individual shopping, you can meet up back at the inn. And like I said, anybody who did want to buy anything that wasn't story driven, it's for anyone who might be watching more out of support for any of us than actually knowing D&D. Basically, Reynolds' image shows him wearing full plate armor, but when he made the character sheet mechanically, the starting equipment he got was only chainmail. So for story, instead of him buying new armor, we're saying his current armor is beat up to the level of protection he would get from chainmail, and he needs it repaired in order to get the full effect. And also for anyone who might know D&D and just not be, maybe we just didn't make that clear enough when we roleplayed it, because I know I'm bad for that sometimes. When I'm trying to drop in-game hints, I don't drop them clear enough to be out-of-game obvious. So yeah, basically instead of him buying new armor on his character sheet, he's getting his old armor repaired back to its former glory for story purposes as a part of his reborn lineage. But yeah, you guys all meet up, and after you've bought any regular equipment and stuff you guys want, go ahead and chat with each other about what's going on.
All right.
This is probably one of the few days Reynold actually has his face and head exposed.
Oh, jeez.
What? You don't think it's
Awful
cool?
reaction the first time you see someone's face.
Reynold just
Jeez.
walks out of the store. He sees Steve on the street, and Steve just says, "Oh, geez."
That's actually a good point. You have a copy of the image with the helmet removed.
I do. Oh, wait.
Either through Hero Forge or art or whatever way you
Ooh.
want to display it.
I do not. The thing is, I never actually anticipated that a situation like this would come up. So, like, I just didn't make a. I do have a description, but I don't have a image.
Best
But, like-
description you could give is just the OGs from Steve.
But just
That's all
imagine,
you
like-
need.
Yeah.
That's
Just
all
What-
we
Oh,
need.
gee.
Imagine on the topic. We're done.
This is literally the first time your current companions have seen your face. What do they see?
Essentially, if I read my sheet, because I didn't think I'd actually get to read this, the face is pretty scarred from whatever the hell brought me back, and it decayed looking. Given seeing how like you see Killer's picture, like you can see he looks almost zombie-ish underneath, and his hair is like very light brown, like almost as if it lost all pigment over time. Short and it's mess. Just overall messed up face.
So yeah, oh geez is a pretty good reaction.
Yeah, it's the best reaction you can give that isn't gonna
There
make
you go.
Reynold, strangle you with the book on a chain.
So that
I don't
said,
want to be strangled.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Whoa.
So that being said, when Gornick sees your face, he's like, I've seen worse, but some of these normal folk might be easier on you if you cover that still as much as you can, and he gives you a cloak, basically a fresh cloak to wear that has a big enough hood that only the people directly in your line of sight are like close up are going to be able to see any features. So like when you sit at the table with these guys, they can see your face, but without trying to, no one else will.
So yeah, Reynold just puts on the cloak and says, "Thank you for your consideration of that."
No problem. So yeah, now that you guys have met back up, we covered that little side detail because I feel like Gornick's a good dude and would realize that's probably going to be an uncomfortable day for you. You get the impression Gornick has seen some shit.
Nice.
That's respect.
You don't become the most famous blacksmith in a capital of a country full of highly intelligent giants without having probably seen some shit.
Is it a good point?
Hi, Killer.
But yeah,
Killer's here.
so-
imagine. I
one-
just imagine Steve caught him as Reynold as soon as he was like putting the hood up outside the shop.
Yeah, pretty much. So as you guys are all sitting back at the inn in the tavern area in the back, the let's hide the dead guy's face back corner table.
This is
Feel free to discuss. You guys have some bargaining / figuring out of things to talk about.
Very cool. Alright.
So
Leroy Jenkins. Let's go crush it, y'all.
besides my armor being in a shop, have we all made our preparations?
I bought some rations. And that's about all I got right now.
I'd like to go
I suppose I have everything.
visit the tavern for a quick chat.
Well, isn't that convenient? You're in the tavern.
Yes.
It's almost like I just said that.
I may have had too much to drink. I meant the tavern
we need
keeper.
a-
Obviously.
Ye old
Do we have a
tavern
doctor
keeper.
here?
I'd like to ask him a question.
Do we got a doctor?
Roll me a
I
perception check.
What? Steve, are you also asking that out loud in character? Because I have a funny.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
I healed.
Steve, roll me a perception check.
Okay, if he answers.
Because unless you say it's otherwise, I'm assuming 90% of the time you're talking in character if I've told you that you're in the middle of a scene. Number 1. So, what? Yeah. You do see a guy sitting in the opposite corner who you don't know if he's got any kind of magic to him or not, but he's certainly dressed like at the very least a average town doctor would be. He may not be a cleric with magical healing abilities, but he certainly seems to know medicine, given his attire.
Okay.
I know a character to fill that role, and this guy would just literally step out of my monitor and just strangle me if I put a picture.
Do it. Wait. I know who you're talking about.
Oh, you know damn well.
My
hold on,
chopped
do I still
liver.
have the picture of Asclepius in my.
Yep, I should. Yes, I thought so.
Where are you? Oh fuck! Did I delete it?
I love that for the first real time, because last session was a lot of filling story blanks in. I love that for the first time in a session and a half, I've just given you guys free reign to have a roleplay session and no one's speaking.
I'm trying to.
Because I like to imagine the
It's our
silence is everyone
specialty.
wants to bring up how fucked up Reynold looks, but just doesn't want to sound rude. Mostly
I
'cause he's
mean-
the guy with the big
Silence is our
sword.
specialty here, though.
But
I
no,
mean, fair.
I found a working picture of the character I was referring to, Sky. Oh Jesus, it's
Yep,
a lot
there
bigger
he
than I
is.
thought it would be. I guess I didn't
Oh, it's a
just.
plague doctor.
Yeah, he was a fun
Cool.
That's
character
just
to play.
Lepus.
No, he looks like a doctor.
Not like
literal
a
doctor.
not like a guy who's gonna gut you in an alley and say it's medicine.
No,
Yeah, I know. It's
he
just I was
looks
bringing that up.
he looks like the kind of doctor a family in town would go to.
Yeah, I'd go to him.
Holy shit.
You'd go
You might
to a
all-
need to go to
Lepus?
him.
He's all that we've got.
You should not go to a but no,
You
the actual
should not
doctor.
go.
Yeah, the doctor Paul is describing, yes, not Asclepius. Yeah, that's not the right. Yeah.
So,
Deleting that.
getting you lunatics back on track.
Sorry.
Yes.
You guys have a decision to make and should probably discuss it because it's an expensive discussion, but Gornick seems like a straight up dude, so chances are if he's willing to part with this thing for a pretty fair sounding price, given that he's also fixing your armor for total less than they should have cost in the first place, it's probably something you want to at least consider purchasing. Although he hasn't told you exactly what it is yet.
We need more details.
On the topic of my armor, the good smith over there had promised an extra, an addend. Oh, what's the word? An addend.
Either an addendum or an additional item.
Yeah, an addendum. I'm just trying to go for the fancy word, but then my brain just stopped me.
You nailed it.
Thank you.
Good job.
An addendum to the armor repair for just about, doing the math in my head, 400, an extra 350 gold, I believe. 400 on the safe side. Yeah.
Just throw this out there from DM to player. Given that this conversation is essentially happening in real time in game, maybe lead with the fact you got the original price cut in half before you tell them about paying more.
Oh, and
because
got the price
technically,
cut in half.
because technically speaking, what you're describing is paying 1,900 gold.
Oh,
They don't know that you got the armor for half price.
yeah, sorry, Reynold. Dumb. Should I
Reynold
mention that
didn't
we already got
mention
the
it,
sale?
but we got the armor for half price.
Oh,
Well, isn't that
yeah.
wonderful? So how much did you need?
Paul, my math isn't wrong when I say 350. Because 750 plus that. Wait, yes. No? Wait, no, I'm dumb.
If you just say 350, I think I would just
300. No, 350 would only be 1,100. 450.
Reynald attempting math.
The only thing I calculated was how to fight, not numbers. It says
Numbers
with
are
the 14
hard.
in intelligence.
Xavier would just throw a bag of what would be, I imagine, just 400, just to make it nice and even. Just throw that pretty much at you, Reynald. That should cover it.
This also reminds me I better get rid of that 475 because you know I spent every last gold point there just to keep it simple.
Oh yeah, you're at 0.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm pretty sure your starting equipment starts with rations that you don't eat, so you could also give those to like your group who need to eat.
Yeah, I have rations too. Look at that.
I have a mess. Rations. Yeah, I have 1 day's worth of rations.
Snacks.
Why do you only have 1?
Yeah, that's what you start. Well, no,
that's
5.
That's all I have.
Wait,
as
no,
well.
5. Wait, no, that's how much it costs.
You should start with 10 days of rations for most packs.
Oh, never mind. I'm somehow being dyslexic with lists as the quantity comes before gold price.
Yeah, you have 10 quantities of 1 day rations.
Yeah, you guys essentially for the 3 living people, fully living people, you have like 6 to about a week each of extra food.
Yeah. So yeah, I just
Um,
thinking about it, Reynolds says, "Oh, and I just found this sometime. Do you guys want this?" I say as I pull out like, my ration packages. I guess you could describe them as.
That'll be helpful.
I don't really need it. I already bought some rations. I should be good for now.
Well,
If you
I'll keep
and
mine just in
if
case.
Luca and Charlene doesn't have them, any, just give it to them. They should be fine.
yeah, the cat to eat. So since since converting real life into role play is going so well for this group tonight, you got Zarvir has solved my financial problem. So
Yeah.
eventually you guys will go to bed. Because quite frankly, I can't sit here and listen to nobody actually talk.
Listen,
Can I still talk to the tavern keeper?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you have somebody or something you want to do, let me know.
Yeah, I would
I
still
mean-
like to do that.
Sure.
Reynald would like to pull aside Zarvir later on before like bed, but like after we're done in the tavern.
Well, actually,
main hall.
Are like Radeld and Luca going to pay the one guy right now or before
No,
they
in the
sleep?
morning.
In the morning.
In the
Okay.
morning.
I mean, yeah, Zarvier would probably have made it clear. Sorry, I was a little occupied. But that he does want to come with you guys.
Good to know. So yeah, Charlene, there's a Goliath bartender. You can talk to him.
Excellent. All right.
Paul, let me just.
I'm just gonna go
What?
sleep.
I was gonna say, Paul. Let me just reiterate. You have set Mina of all people in front of, as you would describe it, about give or take 7 feet tall, bartender who is,
Mhm.
given that they're a Goliath, probably physically fit.
Yep.
We've seen a similar formula before.
Have you
And we
Uh-huh.
all know. And we all
I don't know
know
what you're talking
the
about.
breakfast incident, if you know what I mean.
Oh, the breakfast incident.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I know
just
exactly
about-
what you're talking about.
We're
Yeah,
friends.
so
What are you talking
just-
about?
bringing it up.
What?
That's good. Now, Charlene, you wanted to speak to the bartender.
All right, excellent. Hello, my good
God.
man.
Uh,
All
Hey,
right.
and
You're looking amazing. Has anyone come around looking for a Charlene around here? It's a pretty, I don't know if it's a common name around here. And this is probably more north than I used to be in.
guy looks down at you. He's like, "Thanks for the compliment, I guess." And no, not particularly. Why should they be?
Excellent. Oh, definitely not. Very cool. Yeah, there's just it's this.
Should I be like? Should I be like calling the authorities?
Oh yeah, very concerning individual. She's this dwarf lady that I used to be involved with back in the dwarf country, in the hills. And I've been trying to shake her, so I would just watch out for one of those peeps, one of those type of folk. Very troublesome, very clingy.
Too
Fantastic.
clingy.
My name's
Sounds like a really
Maria.
discreet way to
Have a
say
good
that
day.
you want to avoid the law.
Excellent.
Are you telling the truth about it being an old fling?
Yeah. I'm using her name so that they can't find me.
Uh-huh.
So throw her out.
Oh, excuse me. I was just curious because I didn't remember your whole backstory.
Yeah.
He just sort of looks down at you. He's just like, "No, there's been no dwarf asking about a Charlene."
Oh, her name is Charlene. I'm just making sure that she hasn't been following me. She's very dangerous. Emotionally.
Oh,
Next thing you know, somebody's getting 180 and just like.
who did you say it was?
Her name is Charlene. She's an old fling of mine that's been looking for me. She's very dangerous emotionally. I would just not get involved with her if you meet her.
You said she was what kind again?
Just a dwarf. Like she's the
Or
one
is
I
it-
learned my skills from.
Oh, what ain't Charlene? What does she look like?
Let's see, well, she's got some long long dark brown hair, green eyes. Yeah, very very deep green eyes. The kind you lose yourself in.
Well, what ain't Charlene, but a dwarf woman that fits that description named Charlie came in here a couple days ago.
Oh, okay, I gotta go now. Bye.
I can't.
She's on to me.
All right, see you later, I guess.
I run away. Fireball's your fireball's your friend. Fireball's your friend.
Charlene is losing it.
You run back to the table.
Yeah, we gotta go. The mission's important, guys.
Why?
We gotta get out of here. No, time's
We're gonna
wasting.
just wanted.
You want to leave in the middle of the night?
I just want to go.
With
to
There's
sleep.
other
What are you
places we can
doing?
go.
He didn't say she was here. He said she's been here.
Panic.
Charlene,
I'm just gonna go to our room and just go to sleep.
Guess it can't be happening.
Yeah, I kind of want to not sleep in my room. So, don't know what you're on about. You can go sleep outside. Think there's like a,
Even
I
worse.
don't know, some pile of trash or something you can sleep on.
Dang.
I can. If you're so adamant about not staying in the building, I guess I could just, I don't know, stare at you all night while not moving.
Oh yeah, for
Is that what
safety
you
in
want?
numbers. Okay. Yeah, let's go do that.
Okay. All right.
At
Let's
least I'll
go.
have something to look at other than the door or window.
He's gonna watch me sleep. Okay.
Well, you're the one acting paranoid.
They've been here and. Okay. Well,
Reynald's
So
gonna
you,
quickly realize he wants to. He misses sleep once he has to stare at her all night.
Reynald's just thinking, worst comes to worst, I can just fucking knock her out or something, just make her go to sleep. But he's gonna realize now I want to be the one who could actually sleep.
Yeah.
Every time that
Well,
he tries to step away, Charlene wakes up.
eventually,
God damn it.
you guys all go to your rooms. Reynold, you go to Charlene's room to watch her sleep. That's not creepy.
Yeah, it's not-
It's like now that I'm saying it out loud.
Not creepy.
always have your reborn on standby to make sure that you get a good night rest.
Definitely
Obviously.
not stalking. Not creepy at all.
Don't
Um,
open
Be
the door
fair,
for any
Reynald finished
reason.
the book. He has nothing else to do.
Give him another book.
Not even blinking.
Just,
Like, Reno just realizes this is the worst idea I ever had.
Hey man, do you need a book?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Something?
Jeez.
Jesus, a D100.
With
So,
the recent, not being able to come back alive with magic, Reynald really tempted to just jump out the window.
Out the
did I
window.
hear Reynold say he jumped out a window?
that was not Reynald, that was me. That was Xavier.
Xavier jumped out a window.
No one's jumping out a window.
Oh dear.
Okay, 'cause I might have to roll a different set of dice for that.
Oh dear.
Your,
Oh
your rooms are on the 3rd floor of a giant-sized building.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
No.
It's about a 60, 80-foot drop.
Reynold, are you sure you want to jump out the window?
Yeah, you sound really determined to jump out this window.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Reynolds debating it because the original thought process is it's either this or I'm probably gonna have to hear her just panic throughout the entire night. And now Reynolds thinking, yeah, that window looks really tempting.
And I can't come back with magic? God, this is a bonus.
Oh dear.
Charlene.
This is a real bonus,
Nice.
guys.
Okay.
Charlene.
The best bonus ever.
Yes.
You takes you a little longer than normal, but you eventually fall asleep.
Hooray! Bad dreams.
And you wake up the next morning and absolutely nothing happened, because why the hell would it?
Hooray!
What'd you learn, Charlene?
Reno's just like staring at Charlene and looking tired for once after standing still all night.
Nice.
Don't take
So the
this
next
wrong
morning-
way.
Oh, go ahead.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I would have never believed it until staying in the same room as you all night that you just kept repeating meow in your sleep. I genuinely thought you were awake the whole time, but you've either finally broken me or you're something else.
Meow.
Charlene, you wanna explain
Meow.
yourself, or?
I'm sure it's probably normal for other cat people. I don't know. I've lived among dwarves my whole life. I don't know what's normal anymore.
Reno, I think she's going crazy.
So you go and get your armor, and at
Yeah.
least Luca and Zarvir go with you. Whether the other two do, it's up to them. But for the purposes of what you guys had planned, at least the three of you go. And you can now remove chainmail from your character sheet and put plate mail in.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Nice.
Well, that's presumptuous.
Oh no, but plate mail's just been. I had it unequipped the entire time in my inventory.
Oh,
Just
okay,
for the
you have.
purpose that it took up the weight.
Okay.
And I deleted the chainmail as soon as I gave it away.
Okay.
And now I'm just now equipping the plate. Speaking of which, I should probably update, shouldn't I?
So, did y'all decide what you want to do?
We
ready to head out?
have the additional funds for the bonus you offered.
Do you have some money left over if you need me to spare some?
I'm pretty sure the plan was for Zarvir to supply the money by the end of it.
I gave you 400, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that should
400.
be enough.
400's close enough.
Okay.
I know it was technically the previous adventure, quote unquote, adventuring day, but you did roll a fucking 25 on your persuasion. And during the level 3 part of the campaign. That 50 gold's not that big of a deal. Here. Take this. And Reynold, you are handed a new weapon.
Randall likes those.
It is up to you if you choose to use it or not. If you are planning to use it, then I will tell you what it does. Otherwise, I'm going to tell your group what it does. Depends who takes it, really.
Is it a new executioner sword?
Are we calling that a great sword?
Yes.
Then sure, you can say it's flavored as that, I guess.
Right.
Yay.
Your sword only talks to you every other day.
No, your sword does not talk to you. It's actually
Your undiagnosed schizophrenia.
Oh.
I can add that if you want. No, it's actually just +1 greatsword.
Oh, rad.
Oh yeah, why not? Can have it.
Well, it was going to be a +1 weapon. I just didn't know how much you were going to push to make it a greatsword. But since you specifically seem to want it to be one, yeah, you'd probably be the only one that can even wield it.
Well, yeah, great swords are the. It's Reynolds' thing.
But yeah, so we'll say it's a greatsword. I was just going to say +1 weapon, but yeah, since it's going to you, we'll say it's greatsword.
I could use a great sword.
Look, us thinking about
Wait,
it.
no. No.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So say great
No, I
sword
was
is only if you have martial weapon proficiency, which I don't think you do. So
Dude, I
No,
fucking
I was being
love
dumb.
martial
But no,
weapons.
I wasn't going to take it anyways. Wait, no, you can have it.
so yeah. Now that you guys have all your new fancy equipment or updated equipment,
Xavier would like to buy something. That's why he came along.
sure. What can I get you?
Nothing fancy, just studded leather. Some of that. Heard that's good. Easy to fit.
Easy enough. Yeah, that'd be whatever the cost of that is. 45 gold, I think.
I think I looked it up and it's 25. Oh yeah, it is 45. You're right. Okay, well, I have that, so I'll just hand it over. No bargaining, no nothing.
Lovely. And yeah, once you guys are ready to go, you start heading off. As you're leaving town, the drow woman just stops you for a moment and goes, "I forgot to drop this off the other day." Hands you a approximate map of the region. I did not build a region map because I have not had time to do so. But basically, it's got some places that they think are likely locations of either the source of the curse or at least something that might help. Imagine that a lot of experienced, essentially mercenaries, are telling you to go to places like ruins and mountains and places where, people usually hide things. And on that note, we will take a break.
Oh, fun.
Lovely.
Yippee.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
This is where
I don't know how, but I swear I heard you say something about Marshall Luca, and I for somehow believed you. And I was debating on
Nice.
giving you the awesome book on a chain.
No, I was
You
being
still have
dumb.
that? Jeez.
Yes, I've been reading it.
Oh, that's the book
That's
you've
the
been
book I've been
reading.
reading. Yes, the book of martial techniques on a chain.
Oh, wow, that's so.
I've been too dedicated to that bit.
I hope you put that like on a mantle, like your hardest fought fight was with that bookshelf.
No, and if anyone asks about it, it says the hardest part was wondering how. The hardest part about that fight was wondering how it was actually a viable weapon.
I lost my brother in that fight. That goddamn bookshelf.
So can we talk about the window? Was it a really good topic? Or...
Shut up. I mean,
I was just trying to
Reynold
give
probably
Reynold
I mean,
eyed
you
it
enough.
just
wanted
a
the
tiny.
window.
The only
Worth it.
thing stopping Reynold from jumping out that window
back.
is, as I quote, that motherfucker he still has to kill.
Otherwise, you would probably taken that window option.
Oh, hell yeah.
You probably, Charlene probably did go insane because why would you be married? Like,
It's Charlene.
Charlene is something else.
Charlene is insane.
This is a good point.
No, she's cool.
Mina's also insane.
Another valid point.
Hooray! It's the best kind. They use everything. You just have to make sure your character
You
has
talk
the
to
skill to use it.
wall sometimes on accident.
That's all. For your staff wand, whatever question, you just have to check what your character has the ability to use.
I don't even know where to find that. Whoa-wee.
I think my favorite bit so far tonight, though, was just Reynold walking out of the shop as he's putting the hood on, and just Steve just saying, "Oh, geez."
Oh, gee.
I like to imagine like Xavier probably like threw up a little inside his mouth seeing Reynold. Why does Xavier like? Why do I think like stuck up when I hear Xavier? Like the thing is, well, is Xavier like rich in any form?
Just exotic.
What? I speak Elvish. Hmm. Cool.
Oh, whoops.
I just realized, not gonna lie, I forgot you were also a reborn Xavier.
I didn't realize my character could use a crossbow.
I just realized that the main reason why I use executioner's swords as like a player thing is because I've been secretly wishing this entire time I could just fucking, execute someone with it.
You would.
Like like a full-on decapitation.
You would want that.
Yeah. You kind of got to get back into the mood of like Paul's campaigns once you haven't played in a little. You know what I mean? Like they're
Losing.
very good, but it's also like because of how well he does, and also how it's like a bit of a higher. How do I put this? It's like moving from beer to an aged wine. You got to get used to that flavor, but overall, usually, most of the time, the experience is better.
And Melphis said he was going to be here, but he hasn't turned up. So let's just say
No, he didn't.
we put his head on the block.
Melphis
He didn't
is,
say he'd be here.
Melphis
He
is
never
the cheese to go along with the wine. I don't quite know why people like wine with cheese. Some people like it,
Yeah.
but like honestly, I just don't like cheese. So
Oh, that's a problem then. You don't like cheese with anything then.
I don't even
Well,
think I put cheese on my
I don't like
sandwich.
cheese on its own, and like with stuff. I like it on stuff. Like cheeseburger's good. I forget if I've ever actually eaten nachos. Yeah, actually
Is it
no, I
good?
haven't. I have never eaten nachos with cheese. But
Like-
grilled cheese is good.
I think there's this cheese in a can or something, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called.
What,
Tricky
cheese
part-
whiz?
Paul can't hear me right now, but the tricky part of Tuesday is I would not be able to play his campaigns anymore until like summer.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
I guess.
Malphus meant it for like a one-time session.
Last time we did it the Tuesday, I think it was either summer, like for a one shot, right? That was like
Yeah.
the huge prequel one shot for Draconis, and like you all got to have your cool little characters, and it's like I walk into the fray of Leonides, and it's literally that scene from Part 5 of JoJo's where the guy's getting like the
Oh,
shit
no.
kicked out of him. That's what Leonides basically became, the punching bag, and it's like the best fucking shit. How many times was it throughout the entire campaign? 7? He died?
Jesus.
Who knows?
7 times?
Fire spell. Arrow. Fire arrow. Go.
He did die quite a lot.
He's like, what's that fucker from I don't watch South Park, but what's that fucker that just keeps dying every episode?
Kenny.
Kenny! God damn it, you killed Kenny!
Or,
You
yeah,
bastards.
something like, he just killed Kenny. Instead, it's like, shit, they just killed Leo.
Oh
Again.
no. Poor Leo.
Oh well.
Boo womp.
Boo womp.
The sound from SpongeBob when you're sad. Oh my god, what am I gonna do with Downpour now? I kind of ditched. Is dude watching the stream?
Who?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to, because I'm not trying to shit on their campaign. I'm trying to like just say, yeah, I sort of ended up ditching that campaign.
Are you here? Do.
Roll
Dude.
up the chat to see if dude
Yeah, it
was
happens. I'm sure they understand.
trying to kill me. Okay. So like, yeah, I don't. What am I gonna do with Downpour now? I fucking love that goober.
I don't know.
We can make it happen.
The Kenku Storm Sorcerer. Yeah. Top. Lee Needs is in the top 3, but probably at number 3 just because he has that. He's the original. Asclepius, I don't know how. I just like hit a gold mine.
Oh.
He's number 2. But number 1, it probably would be Downpour. He's the best character I've ever thought up of. I like him. He's a bit of a goober, but like
Hmm.
in a good way.
In the best way.
He's an ex-slave, but he doesn't let
What up?
that get him down too much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show my other
What else?
friends.
He controls weather.
We back.
I need to stop making characters that Ash like gets romantically attracted to for some reason.
How do you do that?
I don't know. You know, we're
What do you
talking same
mean?
Ash, right? Friend of me in Skies. When every campaign we seem to be in, we end up having like I end up making a character that their character ends up like having feelings for, and we like don't know how that happens. It's happened 3 times. That's 3 nickels. 15 cents. 10 off from a soda back before prices went to
Back
shit.
in-
I can't buy a cola.
back in the
for 50
day.
cents.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, we used to be able to disregard people's feelings.
And we didn't get a rask for it.
Gotta fail to
Back in
succeed,
my-
right?
Back in my day, if you liked something of the same gender, we just kind of hated you or just treated you as some unique thing.
Oh.
And then pretended you didn't exist.
Oh.
Meet the guys, people from like,
Possibly with some murder involved.
usually before 2000. But yeah, no more politics.
Wait, we're going off the topic of politics? I didn't know
Well,
we were
kinda.
going
I was kind of making a.
Just like a
joke.
historical thing.
I was like doing the old man voice while saying something like,
Yeah.
"Oh well, yeah." My friend is using their copy of Cyberpunk right now, so I can't like play it during the break. So I'm gonna go grab a drink.
I'm sending my friend, one of my IRL friends. And yes.
Wait, now I'm looking at me in a stream. This is the first time I've seen your art, Steve.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
he's
not it.
beautiful. Look at the fire, the rainbow fireball.
That's cool. It's actually more so a
Nice.
thermal fireball. Kind of looks like thermal vision.
It does.
It's got all the colors.
I wish it would grant me thermal vision. I don't think it does.
Like the Predator.
Oh man. Yeah, you have to work on that.
We need to invent it, and then we use it to see in the dark sometimes.
What was I gonna say? Actually, yeah, Mina. What would have Charlene's reaction to Reynolds' face been?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of, after effects of fire and things like that, so it's kind of fascinating to me. Like, oh, I thought you looked like something like that underneath it all.
Now I'm gonna have to like either make a hero for Grotesque. I hate asking people for shit. I was gonna say ask Killer for maybe like a render of what he looked like under the face, or not under the face, under the mask.
Yeah, I think he's been, Paul wanted to commission something from Killer, but he's been a bit busy with other commissions.
Ah, shit, I never made that joke. I was gonna make a joke. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, with the fucking cloak on, Reynold basically looks like the hunter from Left 4 Dead, but much, much, much worse in regards of face. Oh, besides the fact that he isn't quite a unit, but, he does wear heavy armor all the time. He probably has those shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how Spirit's doing. Oh, God. I'm getting a drink. Be right back.
Yes, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'll be right back.
We love fire. Ah, delicious. Cookies for a round of cookies for everyone. Milk and cookies. Gotta have snacks with your D&D. Very interesting. And everybody died at the end.
I just realized I didn't unmute my microphone before I talked. Karsten, to answer your question, yes, I would just either have to find or make up on the spot a ruling for how much additional damage I thought it was fair to make it do. It would also be hard to do with a crossbow because you have to
Yes.
hold it with 2 hands.
Good point.
Back.
Obviously, you have to shoot a regular bow and arrow with 2 hands, but you can prep it with 1, so be a little easier with
Yeah.
that. But we could potentially figure something out. And it also depends how you're lighting it on fire. Like for example, if you're like, "Can I firebolt the arrow and then shoot it?" I would just say, just use the firebolt on the enemy.
Yeah, I'd probably burn up the crossbow in the process of trying to light the arrow.
But anyway,
Probably buy some quartz stuff.
I will make sure everyone is returned, and then we will continue.
Steve the Wood Elf.
No.
Da.
I only think it's fair to Sky and Zervir that we completely just start without them and let's keep going and leave them in the dirt.
What? No. Maybe.
Rosita can't hear this.
What's that?
Well, they might be watching the stream. Jeez.
What's the lowest level? Quarterstaff? How much even is it? Oh jeez, that's
What, does just everyone have the munchies right now? Yeah, I also
dude, I
grabbed a
already
few
ate and
snacks
I'm
too.
hungry again.
Metabolism. Either that or Paul finally found out how to suck our life force and thus our nutrition.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Hey,
Okay.
Shadow, we're just discussing how Paul's probably draining our... What's the word?
Life force.
Yeah, our life force. That's why we're getting
That's
hungry.
usual, isn't it? That's
I mean,
you guys
yeah,
not
but...
informed.
Yeah, but the extra hunger is a new side effect.
I know. Yeah, everyone's hungry. I haven't even gotten my food yet. I gotta go grab
I
it.
think about it, I'm starving all of a sudden. I hate
know.
I hate this. I'll be right back.
If we were gonna stop. Wait, my food was put on hold. What? Oh, Jesus. This is what hunger does to us.
What?
This is what hunger does to us. Everyone's leaving.
We're
Oh,
we're
yeah.
literally going to
Makes
everybody
you eat
leaving
weird
for food.
Walmart pastries at 1:37 a.m.
They have good pastries.
Honestly.
That's the best time.
Yeah.
Let's
trying
go
to-
to Walmart and just get some
I'm just trying to finish
pastries and come
running.
back.
I'm just trying to finish
I
running
don't
the
want-
session at 2:37.
Steve, I don't want to go back to woke. Don't make me.
I said Walmart.
Boo.
I know.
Wait, you
Mm-hmm.
Walmart. Okay. Alright.
Are you making that a mental note to try to find me?
I'm not gonna find you off of Walmart. That's gonna be literally impossible.
Shadow, are you
Well,
done getting your food?
I think they forgot to mute. Yeah, let's stay quiet and see if we can hear him say any of his dark secrets over the mic.
Oh, jeez.
Karsten, are you getting food or not?
You can wait. I'll be here for a while anyways. I can starve myself for longer, it's fine.
Listen,
I'm
Paul, if you
pretty
didn't
much
want us
going
all to
hungry
get
without
food,
eating.
you shouldn't have drained our life force.
What?
I wasn't expecting people to use the 10-minute break to go do 25 minutes of stuff.
Well, I'm ready whenever.
I really don't know why it takes people 25 minutes and I'm still.
So that's everyone, right?
Yeah.
I
We're
think
all
we're good.
unmuted. Since we're all ready. And look
Oh,
at me.
good. All right.
We're so ready.
Okay. On that note, welcome back. We left off with our band of misfit toys getting ready to leave town for the first proper time. and you were given a rough map, which I will eventually probably try to put one together for you. But there are 3 locations on the map that are currently marked as points of interest or possible interest. They are each several days of current travel away. One is an old ruined town that was run by magically inclined people, so it's possible you may find riches or other goodies there. Another is run by, or not run by, another one is known to be a cave system that has been mined and various things over the years. Who knows what might be down there. And the third is a heavily wooded area that the woods are believed to house one or more magically inclined beings that may or may not be useful to your cause. Where would you like to go?
Which one of them is the closest? Or are they all of equal distance?
More or less. There might be a couple hours difference, but with how long the travel is, it's negligible.
Zervir would at least vote for the town. So it seems interesting to him.
Reynold would probably join on Zervir's vote with, if there's like a tie, he'd probably switch to like, I don't know, the one with like the magical stuff. Kind of interesting.
The one with magical stuff, isn't that every single one of the locations?
Well, the one where it sounded like Poe was mildly implying that we could take something from it.
So all of them.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think you're still covering all the bases here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Charlene, any comment? I have no comment on this.
well, if no one else is up for debate on where to go, then I guess
Charlene's-
Zervir will just lead the charge.
I
Wait,
would
we-
just follow this idea.
We have options, right?
I've
Yes, I just gave them.
Well, whatever's the fastest.
You didn't listen to a word I said, did you?
Mina, you gotta be
You
listening.
guys talked about this.
We talked about this.
We've talked about this almost every session of both seasons. I know you have a chat to keep in touch with, but you also have to pay attention
Oh,
to the game
they're
we're
just
playing.
listening to you guys.
Oh,
They want to
Well,
hear more. They want more
apparently
bickering.
Apparently their host isn't.
just like how it's my.
I will
friends-
quickly go over it. One location is a forested area that is believed to likely house magical beings that may or may not be willing to join your cause. One of them is a cave system known for mining, but
Hmm.
such a thing as the Underdark, so it may connect to there. We don't know. You'd have to explore it and find out. And the third is known to be the ruins of an old, pretty heavily magical before it was raised town. So there may be things of use left behind. They're all
It's free loot if we go to the third one. Got it.
We're more or less all about the same distance away.
Steve, you're saying that like Paul hasn't put 10 golems in the town.
Hmm.
How would I know better? Wait,
Exactly.
how would I know better?
He wants to go
Hey,
find
you're-
the cows
you're
in the
only-
woods.
You're only the wizard. No big deal. The guy whose entire magical being is by learning, therefore studying.
only the one with the lowest HP as well.
Mhm.
He's the kind of wizard that cheated in the college.
Shut up. No, I didn't. I didn't. What do you mean?
Spellbook is just full of blank pages.
You know, it's just full of like very scribbles of just basic hand movements and words to say.
Oh,
Steve, what
Page
kind of
3.
wizard did you say you were again?
I'm a wood elf wizard.
No, I mean, what kind of wizardry? Like,
What is your specialty, your subclass?
Or something close.
yeah.
You did pick one, right?
I don't think I picked one.
no.
So you didn't
No, he
finish your
did.
character sheet.
No, he did. He did. I forget what it is, but I know he did.
I'm about to say, we have another Melphis situation on our hands. Like,
Evocation.
at least we noticed it at the
Social
beginning of the
evocation.
game.
School of Evocation.
Paul maybe wished for it, but there is never going to be a drink strong enough to make him forget everything that's happening in this campaign today.
Is there like an undo button?
For what?
Reasons.
It's like that scene from Gravity Falls.
Like,
you can't
on your
undo who you
Like
are.
on your character sheet?
No, I quit. What the? My audio just died.
What? Hello?
I'm gonna reconnect.
I just
Right,
hear
Nicholas Hughes. Fantastic.
yeah. Steve just asking,
Oh,
is there an
yeah.
undo button? I just think of that one scene from Gravity Falls where it's like, you can't undo what you are.
Nice. Ah,
And the
such a
funny
good
thing
one.
about that scene is it's literally just Seuss looking to get a girlfriend, and he's like having a panic attack.
That cartoon is so good.
Oh my god, yeah.
Why did you feel the need to disconnect and reconnect?
I don't think their audio was working on their end.
Ah, okay.
Hello?
What a tangent we've gone on.
Hi.
This
Hi.
Sorry.
I just hear a loud freaking something go off in my ears, and then the audio just dies.
Tinnitus.
Interesting.
Okay. So undo
Um,
button to what?
We're still. Oh, jeez.
Well,
I
let's
don't
move on.
care.
Yeah, I better say
It's late.
this topic is
I
really
think we're
gonna
gonna use that
pretend
to
to.
undo that audio. I just heard that. hurt
Okay,
my
Steve,
ears.
I'm going to pretend you're a wild magic wizard and just say the reason why. You cheated in college, and that's why your pages are all random magic.
Well, since there's no such thing as a wild magic wizard, that
So
would be
I'm-
difficult.
Exactly. They cheated in college. They accidentally became a sorcerer somehow.
I never cheated in college. What do you mean?
Oh, you definitely. Anyways, to the
The
town.
third page of his spell book is just a 200-word essay on the meaning of abracadabra.
I swear that's not what it says.
Nice.
Not what it's about.
So,
To the
which
town.
of the now explained to you twice options do you want to go for?
Zarvir is still down for the town.
Down for the town.
And a nice rhyme too. I thought Steve would want to go to the woods so we can find those cows he thinks live in the woods.
Luke,
What's that?
am I reading your
Nothing.
message correctly? Hold on. I gotta add Paul before you delete it.
What?
What? No.
I hate this.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Yes.
Most fitting ending.
It's what we deserve.
Except Reynold and Charlene, who Charlene just sticks with him for the rest of it just to torture him with her words.
Fantastic. He loves it.
Fantastic.
Anyways.
He wishes there was windows everywhere.
No.
I'm fine with anything.
Yeah, I feel like this
Alright.
whole 20 minutes of session is just going in a giant circle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
feel,
a little sick of it.
I feel like what I've discovered is that this is not a group that wants to do any role playing.
Or not the right role play?
I
Definitely
would
not the
love
right
to, but
roleplay.
Steve was talking about the undo button for like half the 20 minutes. It was
And then my audio died. I said something for like 5 seconds, and then my audio.
So,
Yeah.
And yes.
So what I'm actually learning is none of us are actually good at starting roleplay.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay, from
I
now on,
mean-
Reynold is now starting all conversations first.
I mean, the
No.
town makes the most sense, so let's do it.
All
Moving
right.
forward.
And then
So, for your first day of travel,
Fucking cookie.
do one.
What?
Near the end of your first day, just before as you're getting ready to set up camp, all right.
oh,
You see, you've pulled over already off the road. You're setting up your camp, and you see some sort of carriage type vehicle coming from the other direction towards you.
Surveyor wouldn't care. Is this like a fairly traveled road, or?
I mean, yeah, it's the main road out of the capital.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one of the main roads, depending
it-
on the direction. But
Yeah, Surveyor wouldn't care then. Figured it's just another traveler.
I mean, does it have any like markings on it? Any like signs of like maybe military companies, bandit sigils, something like that?
do you have dark vision?
Touche. Wait.
That is
no,
right
no,
there.
you
Go
don't.
on.
No, the reborn race does not.
Fuck. Wow, shit. Which one was I thinking of then?
I'm pretty sure
Uh,
I have dark vision.
I probably have the longest
Not-
dark vision if you want to ask me.
Everybody
I'm not-
but me and Reynold have dark vision.
Oh, what's your dark vision, Xavier?
I think it's 120.
It is.
That's like
Oh
double
yeah,
mine.
I
That's
forgot.
double mine.
I forgot. You're not actually a reborn.
Just for simplicity, I did just change to reborn, just because you've been referring to me as reborn this whole time. I wasn't super crazy. I didn't need to be a tiefling, so it wasn't a big change.
Okay. Well, if you're a reborn, then you wouldn't have dark vision.
I'm a sorcerer. The shadow something.
Oh right, yeah.
That's what my dark vision comes from. That's
Anyway,
like long.
none of this applies to the person I actually asked the question to. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so make me a perception check with disadvantage, Reynold.
Mm-hmm. What button did I just fucking press that caused me to go to my direct messages?
Not the correct one, apparently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't make out any details. You can barely make out the fact that there's a thing there. It is getting very dark. Like we're talking, you guys are like about to settle in for the night.
I just say, huh, and I just go, go back to whatever I was doing.
Yeah, sure, it's no one.
Probably nothing.
So, I don't think I ever really thanked you for helping me with that purchase earlier, Xavier.
No problem. I mean, and he kind of like looks himself up and down, kind of. I figure if someone's gonna do it, it's gonna be me, because Zarvir is in a very clean suit, almost constantly. So yeah, I don't mind. Got the credits to spare. Credits. This isn't Star Wars.
What's Star Wars?
I'm getting my realities confused. Yeah, no, I have the coin to spare. So, figure it's a good way to settle our differences, anyways, or my difference with you. Better footing, I suppose, on this whole new life thing.
I feel like I still owe something to you, though, given that I'm the one who.
Yeah, you do, and it can start with 400 gold.
Nice.
Oh, I don't do anything for free.
Detective!
I expect a heavy favor, or I expect a heavy amount of gold.
Reynold jokingly says, "May I offer you an enchanted book on a chain instead?"
How kind of you. Yes, and 400 gold. You know,
You can just have my
Zarvir
cut
wants
from
extra
this.
payment
How's that
today.
sound? Well, up to 400.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you over Steve perfectly cutting you off.
Sorry.
What'd you say, Reynold?
I said you can have. How about you just take up to 400 gold of mine cut from this? I don't spend a lot anyways.
Wait, you have 400? Oh, from this job, you mean?
No,
Hey,
I
you
mean,
don't have any gold.
he's saying, I don't know if I'm muttering or something. Reynolds trying to say if we get any sort of like monetary reward from this job, that Zarvir can have a cut of Reynolds' reward up to 400
okay.
gold.
Yeah, that's what Xavier was assuming you were implying.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
fair
your
enough to me.
your mic is also quieter than everyone else's.
Yeah, a little bit.
Probably because everyone else turns down my mic.
No, I have everyone cranked to full.
Note to 7. Note to 7. Note to self. Do not press 7 on my numpad then.
I love soundboards, jeez.
Yeah, I got you all the way up.
Same here.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That works. I'll be expecting it, so keep it in mind.
I'll be back. My cat's looking on my keyboard.
With that, if Reynold has nothing left to say, Xavier go back to, I don't know, setting up his tent or whatever he's doing.
Reno would probably talk, but more so just generally to the party, like, even after I pay you back, I'm probably gonna owe the tavern keep a little. I tried out some of the moves in the book, and I think I hit a chunk of wood off the windowsill.
Start keeping track of all the funds you need to pay to people at this rate.
It's certainly something having to deal with money.
Sorry, that was such a strange statement. It's certainly something having to do with money.
I've pretty much not bought anything until I started adventuring with you lot.
Where'd you live? How did you live?
I am a being that doesn't need to eat, barely has to rest, nor drink. The only other cost to me is pure energy. That and occasionally sword polish.
I mean, a nice place to sleep, some workers for whatever you need, some mercenaries for jobs. There's so many things you can buy with money. You can buy the world with money.
The
Well,
ruins I woke up in worked for as long as they did.
sad way to live. Teach their
Well,
own, though, I suppose.
it's the way you live when you dedicate the actual resources you have to finding one person.
You're finding someone?
Oh, I guess I never told you. There's the one thing I can remember out of all things is the vague shape of someone who killed me, or more so a silhouette.
Interesting.
And oh, I do have permission to kind of quote cook a little here with what I'm saying, right?
Your character.
All right. Mhm. The silhouette is not mistakable for any else. It could have only been my very son.
Oh. Family problems, don't we have that in common?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, and when I find him, I'm going to give him a bit of what he deserves.
is that a stern talking to or a stern end with a sword?
It is a stern public execution
Oh.
for treason.
It's,
I mean, it's perfectly fair.
it's a heavy price for family.
He's doing what must be
To
done.
be fair, that being the only memory I have of him, it's really the only thing I can desire regarding him.
You know he's your son, though? You have that memory?
Kind of like a faint blood bond kind of feeling.
I can relate. Well,
It's like, I know he's related to me, but other than that, it's just kill.
Kill.
sad way to live. You don't seem to have a lot going for you in the whole lifestyle department. And happy luxury.
I have you guys, I guess.
As someone who has lived in both dirt and towers, this is pretty close to dirt. Maybe after this, go find somewhere to settle down and not kill everyone.
And at this point, after me and Zarvir having our conversations of enough, that has enough edge to equate to 2 Japanese swords, I'm gonna go look outside to see if I can see the vague shape of that carriage still nearby. Like, look outside the wagon stagecoach thing.
Oh yeah, it stopped about 20 feet from your campsite.
Excellent.
Would I have noticed this as well then? Now, especially now that he's going to go look at it.
When you pay attention to it, yeah.
Can I see anything off of it?
Give me a perception check.
Good old 7. No, that's not right. Oh, I didn't update my character. Whoopsie. It should be a 19. I got a +2.
How did it go from 0 to 2? Did you change?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's because my reborn proficiencies I put in perception.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna
I
say,
got more
my
proficiencies
source
than I
is
did
I
with
made it the
Tiefling.
fuck up.
No, yeah. So it should be.
Anyway, 17's fine anyway. There is a marking on the side.
My favorite. What kind?
Give me a history check.
Ooh. Okay. A 15.
It is one that you've seen in your travels once or twice. It is a just deciding on color scheme. It is a white and red and white coat of arms. You're not sure what kingdom or lineage it might be directly related to, but the sort of like animal emblem type thing in the center of the shield is of a tiger.
Do I know this symbol to be related to like a company or anything like that?
Well, apparently I either wasn't clear enough or it's your turn to not pay attention to a word I just said.
Oh, sorry.
I just said you're not sure what it represents. You just know you've seen it before.
Oh, okay.
You're not sure like what kingdom or family or anything it's from, but it is familiar.
Okay. Do I see if they're like how many people are there, or do I see anyone?
You don't see a driver. and you can't really see inside the carriage unless you get closer to it.
Well, Xavier will do the smart thing, not tell anyone, and assume this is entirely passive, and just walk up to them and assuming we can have a nice, friendly conversation. Reynold might follow me because he probably sees
It's
me, but
something I would do.
So you walk the 20 feet. Wait, you walk 15 of the 20 feet. And then from apparently out of thin air, you not enough to harm you, but you feel the tip of some kind of blade and a voice that seems to come from nowhere say, "Well, that's not very polite."
Xavier will very slowly put his hands up and just say, I'm not sure exactly what I did.
Are you not trying to break into my carriage?
No, you just parked awfully close to us, seeing what's the deal? Who are y'all?
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure whether to be offended or impressed that you actually don't know who I am.
Should I?
Well, most people in this area tend to. Most people in most areas tend to.
I have a bit of a foggy memory, so. And plus,
Fair
I'm
enough.
not exactly from around here. Not here, anyways.
Fair enough. Um, you can refer to me as Reginald.
Well, lovely to meet you. Is he still having his knife to my back, I'm assuming?
No, it's in your front. It's in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Is he?
the voice. You can feel the tip of something sharp, pointy on your about your sternum. But there's nobody in front of you.
Gotcha. Okay. Is it still there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
Just so
just
you
keep my
guys
hands
know,
up.
Steve just died.
Yeah, he just left. He might come back, but
You'll be back.
you mind putting the blade away? I don't mean any harm if you don't.
Very well. You feel it slowly come off your chest.
I'll drop his hands. I don't recognize the name either way. You part of some group or something?
You really don't get out much, do you?
No, not a long time.
That tracks. And he becomes visible. And what you see in front of you is a stout man of probably about 8 feet tall. And he's dressed in fancier clothing than you.
Oh, impressive.
What's interesting about him, other than the fact that he's wearing a red, basically a a red suit with white pinstripes and a white tie. Uh, is his facial features are more interesting than his clothing.
Pikachu!
He seems to have the face of a tiger.
Interesting. Huh. So, who exactly are you? You have friends here? And did you not see our camp?
I did. You didn't seem to pay me much mind initially, so I figured it was as safe a place to stop as any.
Fair enough. And this symbol on your cart? Group of some kind?
Eh, family ancestry.
Where are you from? You don't look like around here.
No, no, I'm definitely not from around here.
Well, then, why are you here?
I'm
You
here
don't
on
mind.
I'm here on business.
Well, to continue prodding for my own amusement mostly. What business are you in?
I find people for other people.
Is it the kind of finding that ends up one person 6 feet under?
Well, that depends entirely on who's paying me to find who and why.
Do you find more than just things, or more than people, but things?
It's rarer, but sometimes.
Are you good at what you do?
Well, the clothes I'm wearing alone cost about 5,000 gold, so
I can tell. Well, what are you the family heir to this business, or is this your own? What is it? Does it have a
um,
name?
I'm what you might call a recently acquired owner.
Not foreboding at all. I'm assuming you got it entirely legitimately. Then again, I'm not one to question your methods.
That would be wise. And yes, I very legitimately slit my father's throat and took it.
Oh,
And well, I can't blame you. Business is business.
I agree.
Randall just kind of has like a bad taste in his mouth hearing that.
Are you here, Reynold?
I thought I said I also followed, unless my microphone.
Oh, you might have. I
Yeah.
think I said that
I
you
didn't
would have
hear
seen
it.
me. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear you say you were following.
My microphone might have been on mute and I never realized. I knew it
I
was
think
muted
it
now because I
was.
didn't want like you guys to hear me open up a can of soda and just immediately disrupt everything.
I
Okay, yeah,
thought
because
I
I
heard
did not hear
something
you
like
do that.
that.
Yeah, you're also just quieter than everyone else's mics, even at the same
Yeah.
volume, so there's that.
Is this a little better?
Yes.
Cool. All I did was move my microphone closer to me.
That'll do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would make it easier to be louder, yes. So, you can be there if that's what you had planned for. Sure. What did you say that in character that caused the start of this conversation, or feeling of character, whatever?
When he said he like killed his father for the position, Reno just kind of got that bad taste in his mouth. Like, nah, yeah, I immediately don't like you.
Zarvir's loving this guy. Zarvir wants to, like, give him a fist bump and high five. Zarvir's liking this guy.
Yeah.
Conflict of interest.
Well,
Mhm.
then, I'm assuming you're traveling on business then. To what?
As far as I know, unless they put up a particular resistance, this one's not planning to be a death at the end.
Can I ask who? I mean, is he going towards the town we just left?
No.
Oh,
Well, I
okay. Well,
mean, sort of, yes. He's coming from the other direction, but
okay. So he's going the direction we came.
yeah.
Um, I've been around here enough. Might have seen something. If anything can help.
It's possible.
Who are you looking for? Or at least description. Might not know the name.
Well, there's sometimes prying eyes and ears, magic and things. Give me a second. He pulls out a piece of paper or parchment and starts writing something down. Uh, while I'm finishing, or drawing or something, he's doing something with pen and paper anyway. It's like, while I'm working on this, what brings you lot to the middle of nowhere?
Looking around for some, and he'll put big air quotes, disturbance in magic. Don't really know much about it. More of one of my friends' kind of job. I'm just here for the money and the reward. But something
Man,
with that.
a man after my own heart.
And you got to get around somehow. But it's something with revival magic. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. I don't know how big it is. If it's just this area, or hell, if it's the whole goddamn planet.
Well, I can tell you that it certainly covers a pretty big area because a few people that I expected to have to kill more than once have not come back in the way I would have expected them to.
Interesting. Is
What do you
it?
mean they came? You say they came back, but not in the way you expected you?
No, they didn't come back in a way I would have expected them to.
I misinterpreted your words then.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, I'm saying there's people some of my targets that were asked to be put down. I knew potentially had contacts that could bring them back under the right circumstances, and more than enough time between jobs has passed that I should have heard of this happening, and I have not.
Okay.
I do know that the limits of the person who could bring them back, they are only so strong. They can only do the level of resurrection that would be within 10 days, and it has been significantly more, and none of my information gatherers who are as good as I am at their jobs have told me that this has been the case. So I figured probably something was going on, and I've heard rumblings of what you described that might seem to be the cause.
Interesting. Didn't know how big it was. Well, if you hear anything, not sure you'll find a way to contact us, but hey, you ever see us? Love to do business anyways. Never enough people out there looking for someone. Or at least offering. Speaking of,
Is there someone you'd like me to find? I can do multiple jobs at once.
no, not a real serious request, but something since you're here. Keep an eye out for me. And he'll pull out his book that he kind of carries around, which is just full of his notes and jots and whatever. And he'll rip out a page like he has in the past of the same object that he's always rambling and raving about. And he'll just hand it to him and say, "You ever find anything like that? There's supposedly one on a different continent. You find anything like that, and I'll pay you with everything I have and more."
He looks down at the object, which I believe we previously described as a dodecahedron.
Yeah.
Yes. I've encountered one before.
Oh, you've seen one here?
It was.
Do you know where it'd be? Like now, where you've least last seen it? Anything like that? These objects are desperate to me.
I turned one. I was one of my rare not person finding jobs. I turned it over to a client about a month ago.
And do you happen to know the client's name?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
Ah, shit. Who is it?
Give me 1 second. I wrote a name down for this, and I need to go remind myself what it is. Where the hell is it at? That should be it. This is some of the problem with me. Even when I write stuff down, I don't always necessarily put it in the same place twice. Oh, I might be looking in the wrong. I think I'm looking in the wrong spot. Yes, I found it.
Lovely.
Yes, I turned it over to a Naltir Imperium.
Oh, interesting. Mm.
He said he had plans for it. I don't know what they were, but
Well, I appreciate it. Ah, fuck. You find any others, or if there are any others, like I said, I'll give you anything I have and then some.
excellent. And he starts to turn, and he's like, "Oh, right. This absent-minded sketch I was doing while we were talking was at your request. You were asking for information, visual, something on who I was looking for, and that was the way I was most comfortable delivering it." And he turns turns the parchment around so you can see it. And excuse me. The person that it appears he is looking for looks like this. Oh,
No.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Can I ask, what did they do?
I don't know. I just know some dwarf named Charlie wants me to find them.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Really?
And do what? Kill them? Bring them back?
Bring them to her, apparently.
How much gold?
She didn't pay with gold per se.
Oh, interesting.
Typical.
What is there, a price on her head or something? Do I have to keep an eye out for her myself?
No, she's standing over there.
Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, she is.
Oh boy.
Damn
No,
it.
the woman paid
Almost got paid.
in other ways.
Intriguing. Well, I ain't the one to stop you from your job, and Zarvir would very much step out of his way and like point towards her direction.
Reynolds gonna kind of just give Zarvir a bit of a bitch slap on the back of the head.
Man's doing his job.
Would you also like to get paid in other ways, Sarvir?
If it isn't gold, then I ain't interested.
That's fair.
So at this point, Charlene, I don't know if you were with them the whole time or not, but you were certainly nearby. He only parked 20 feet from your camp.
Oh yeah, I'd be paying attention because I'm a little paranoid right now.
He's going to walk up to you and extend his hand. Hello.
Very cautiously shake it.
Pleasure to finally meet you.
Who sent you?
Who is this man?
She said you would be expecting me.
Damn it. We're too late. Not like this.
So,
Use your fire brew.
so do you want to... He'll lean in and whisper to you. So do you want to tell them who you really are, or should I?
What? I didn't do nothing. Can't prove nothing.
I guess it'll be me then.
Ah.
And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Bust.
Charlene, just cough up the gold. Just
What?
cough it up.
What do you mean gold?
I'm just gonna point this out. This guy is wearing a $5,000 suit. You don't have the money to pay him off.
Yeah.
Right? Even
yeah.
collectively.
That being said, he's also made no actual
I mean, he's
threats
not
of
a
any
threat.
kind. He just said he was told to find you.
Yeah. I feel like y'all are worrying for nothing. Xavier thinks this is fine. Man just doing his job.
Yeah, see, it's cool.
Xavier. Xavier's literally.
I think Xavier's a bit of a sociopath.
But this guy was just doing his job. What am I supposed to stop him? It ain't my problem.
Yeah.
We do have a rope for a reason. It's to keep the bad people at bay.
Listen,
I don't think a rope would help with this guy.
Charlene annoys the shit out of Reynold more than just any other person, but like, you
So,
don't gotta sell her out.
I mean,
I mean, Reynald would. I mean, not Reynald, but Xavier wouldn't have, unless, of course, he was going to get paid to do it. That's kind of what he was trying to lead on. Like, if he could take her in himself. Money's money.
So now I got a week. Now I got a week to do one of two things. Well, a number of things for prep, but one of two specific things. I either need to reread the stuff Mina and I discussed for this character's backstory and look up some info that I don't recall off the top of my head, or if it's not actually in there, it's been hinted at by her in discussion tonight, I need to make it up.
Well, if you think of some good stuff, I'm all for it.
No, I think I actually found it I think I actually already found it.
this is where I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, there was some stuff in there.
Stuff in that line. Actually, saved all this. If not, that's the whole entire session where recording just gone.
Well, there goes Shadow.
Dun 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 dun.
So I think today was a good session.
I hope so.
Very nice. Yeah. Pretty entertaining, I think.
Yeah.
Did I just click everything and it deleted the entire thing? Surely not.
Did you?
Did I? About to be so mad if it didn't save. Wait, there you go.
Yeah, no, I just read over the stuff you sent me in DMs and I actually found what I was looking for.
Excellent.
I couldn't remember if you had put her other name in or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bit of family drama.
Oh,
That's, nothing unusual for this group.
it's nothing unusual for you.
That too.
Oh,
who doesn't?
yeah, no, this group, yeah.
Right?
Like, I think everybody's characters, apart from maybe Steve's, has some issue with their family and their backstory.
Other than who's now?
Mine.
Steve's.
Oh.
I don't know Steve's backstory.
I mean, mine's not really that much. It's just, my son killed me.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's just
yeah.
a family issue. You kind of like died to your own family member, so.
Oh.
That's just some father-son bonding. Don't you also kill your parents whenever you need to bond?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Of course.
Everybody does
What-
that.
I'm pretty sure that's not a normal thing, but in this world, it
I-
might be.
I think you're not normal, Steve.
I think you're
Hmm.
not normal. You're the one who jumped out of that plane so many days ago.
I mean,
It
are any of
wasn't
us...
a plane.
It
don't
was a
have those
plane.
here.
Listen, my intelligence is 10.
Oh,
You're not the smartest
So-
person on this block. Got it.
No.
smart enough.
My last character was, but not this one.
Oh my god, did it actually save? It did save. Dude.
Hmm.
Anyways, Steve.
I don't want to talk about anything. I
Uh-huh.
don't.
I was just gonna ask if you have problems with your family in character.
I never really came up with a backstory.
Oh, so you did a Wobo again. You're just you literally just the replacement Wobo.
I could think of something,
Oh.
okay? Listen, it's not my fault. I can't write stories. I intentionally don't do English movies.
I can help you with it.
No. Let me edit this freaking file name. Please, so I know what this is. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Actually,
Anyways, I'm gonna go. I have work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I now do as well, and also a D&D game in the evening, so...
Yeah,
Oh,
you
wow.
should probably go to sleep then.
Yeah, considering I picked up the shift on about 12 hours notice, so I wasn't actually planning to have to go to work in the morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Alright. Good night, guys.
Have a good
Alright.
sleep. Crush your enemies. Bye.
I'll probably be out for a little bit longer before passing out.